How's everybody doing? First off, I want to say thank you guys for stopping by to my video, checking it out. This video is primarily of my build. A lot of people via Twitch have stopped by here. Some of you probably have Googled division builds, and that's how you got here. This build is it's a hybrid. It's not strictly DPS, not strictly tank. The idea behind it was seeing as I like to solo the Dark Zone, I needed something that could have enough survivability to 1vx in the Dark Zone and also tag along a substantial amount of DPS to take everybody out in a 1vx situation. I have very little skill power, but that is irrelevant and it's not necessary for my build. If you guys aren't here from Twitch, you guys can go check me out at twitch.tv/lPulBsTalR. That is twitch.tv/lPulBsTalR. Now let's get into the build. My primary weapon is the Vector 45 ACP. I have 193k DPS with it, 11.3k DMG, and 22% crit hit chance. Talents I have are responsive. Damage is increased by 13% when closer than 10 meters to the target. If you don't know how big of a distance 10 meters is, 1 meter is 3 feet. So 10 meters is 30 feet. So the majority of my gunfights with this gun, seeing as it's not a sniper, have increased damage by 13%. I tagged it along with Deadly, which has crit hit damage is increased by 26%, and seeing as my character is capped out at 60%, the majority of my hits are a lot harder. And then Vicious also helps me cap out my crit chance because it gives me plus 13%. The attachments for this gun are extended magazine, which gives me 102% magazine size, 25% rate of fire. A large optics gives me 21% headshot damage, 7% crit hit chance. The muzzle gives me 33% crit hit damage, 19% increased threat. Lastly, the grip gives me 34% hipfire accuracy and 21% accuracy. And just so I throw this out, my other two guns are just there. It's strictly about my Vector since I pushed the most DPS with it, so I'm not going to go through those and the attachments and talents. It's all about the Vector. My chest piece is a stamina-based piece of gear. It has 1600 armor, and that's because of the minor attribute that gives me 572 armor. Talent is Reckless, increased damage by 13%, and increased incoming damage by 10%. As you can see, I also have firearms on it, and that is because I have 2 mod slots that are both equipped with firearm mods. As you can see, one mod has armor, or they both have armor actually, and that is because I needed those to have armor to cap out my armor. My mask has the talent Rehabilitated. It heals me 2% every second during status effects. It's also a stamina-based piece of gear, which also has firearms on it. If you don't know what Rehabilitated does, let me show you. It has to be activated during the status effect. If you don't know what a status effect is, that little emblem above my head is a status effect. So any one of these grenades, if you're hit by them, will put you under a status effect. Now you see my character is glowing green. That means the status effect is active, procced, whatever you want to call it. So now I'm constantly being healed 2% of my total health per second. Once again, my mask is stamina based. The minor attributes are plus 6% enemy armor damage. As I stated, I have firearms on this piece of gear because I have 2 mod slots on it, which are both equipped with firearms. One has crit hit chance and the other one has armor. I'm just gonna throw this out here right now, guys. This is a pre-recorded clip and has my commentary added to it, so the timing might not be perfect with what I'm saying and what you're seeing, so please bear with me. My knee pads are stamina based as well. The talent is Perceptive. It doesn't really matter. It gives me extra credits, but seeing as I don't need them, it's irrelevant. Doesn't really help in PvP. The attributes I have on it are armor, crit hit damage, enemy armor damage, pulse crit hit damage. Those are the only ones that are really important. And I'm gonna throw out there also that my character, my build is not fully optimized. As you can see, I have 16% crit hit damage. I could easily have 18% there, but didn't want to go through all the materials, so didn't keep crafting to get the perfect row. It does the job, and that's why I'm using it. Lastly, on the very bottom, you can see pulse crit hit damage is a skill attribute a lot of people overlook. Seeing as one of the skills I use is pulse, it's really beneficial to have pulse crit hit damage. It just helps you hit a lot harder. So you want to try to get that on your gear as well. My backpack is the only piece I have that is strictly firearms. As you can see, I have 714. The talent is Relentless. 3% of damage dealt by skills is returned as healing. This would be really beneficial for an electronics build. Seeing as they hit a lot harder than I do, they would therefore get a lot more healing. But all in all, it's still a really good talent for me, because I'll take it. You know, it just has good attributes on the build, so it's whatever. Major attributes I have are 18% crit hit damage, pulse crit hit damage, pulse duration, and as you can see, I have 714 firearms. That's because I have the firearm mod on it as well. All my mods are firearms. My gloves are stamina. The talent is savage. Crit hit chance is increased by 13% against targets out of cover. So the majority of my fights, I'm shooting at people. They're shooting at me. They're always out of cover. Well, the majority of the time they're out of cover. Sometimes, when they are out of cover, I'm capped out at 60% because those gloves give me extra 13%. If they're not out of cover, they're behind stuff like that, they're in cover, then my crit chance is 51%. But if they're in cover, you know, I usually just push them, I throw a grenade at them, which generally makes them jump out of cover. So my crit chance goes back up to 60%. As you can see, I have 51% crit chance. That is all the time. That is if they're in cover, out of cover, doesn't matter. But these gloves give me extra 13% to targets who are out of cover. So with these gloves, I'm capped out over 60%. Stamina-based piece of gloves. The major attributes are crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and SMG damage. You guys might want to trade SMG damage for like health on kill or something if you want a little more survivability. But for my build specifically, I don't need it. I wanted a little more damage because I already have a ton of survivability. And lastly, the God Row, my holster, has the talent Nimble. Heal 2% of max health for every 1 meter run in cover to cover during combat. If you don't know what cover to cover during combat is, this is cover to cover. When you travel from one location to the next by holding X, that is cover to cover. So you get healed while traveling like that, but that doesn't really fit my playstyle because I'm usually just running around. But I'll take it. It's a good talent. I have 718 firearms, 572 stamina, and 523 electronics. I got that amount of firearms because I also have another firearms mod on it with crit hit chance. And me personally, I have 6 firearm mods. 4 have armor, 2 have crit hit chance. You might have 3 with armor, 3 with chance, 2 with armor, 4 with chance. It just depends on what you need specifically. So don't try to go for specifically what I have. Yours might differ. As you guys can see, I have 51% crit hit chance, but I say with the gloves, it's capped out at over 60%, 155% crit hit damage, 96% headshot damage. All weapon damage bonus is 13%. I get this from my chest piece Reckless. SMG damage, get that from my gloves that have Savage. Enemy armor damage plus 15%. This helps me shred through NPCs, AI, the armor bars that they have above their heads. My skill power is only 10k. As I stated earlier, this build does not rely on skill power, so I don't have a ton of it. I don't need a ton of it. My skills are just used for support buffs. I don't need them to be very, very powerful. Survivability, I have nearly 100k health, 4600 armor, which caps me out at 65%. So I mitigate 65% weapon damage, incoming weapon damage. So pretty tanky. Nearly 5k health regen, and 10% all damage resilience. And that is pretty much my build, guys. If you guys have any questions, you can add me up on PSN. My PSN is PulBsTalR, lPulBsTalR. So let me know where you're coming from, guys. If you check me out on YouTube, Twitch. If you have any other questions about this build, if you need a little bit of tips, anything of that sort, message me and I'll try my best to get to you and help you out and give you any advice I have. If you guys want, you can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/lPulBsTalR. And you guys can see some of my gameplay. I strictly go rogue and manhunt, so if you're looking for some excitement, come check me out. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Have a good day.